As soon as I stepped off the sleek silver ramp of the spaceship, I knew this mission was going to be different. The glimmering surface of Zenith Station greeted me, a sprawling hub of intergalactic activity suspended in the vast expanse of space. I had been on countless diplomatic missions before, but none quite like this. The Council of Zenith had summoned us to resolve an issue of utmost importance, a prank war that had escalated to galactic proportions. "Welcome to Zenith Station, Ambassador Orion," greeted a tall, blue-skinned alien with shimmering scales and a pair of vibrant, multifaceted eyes. "I am Captain Eiler, and I'll be your liaison during your stay." "Thank you, Captain Eiler," I replied, adjusting my diplomatic robes. "I understand the situation here is unusual?" "You could say that," Xyler said, a hint of amusement in his voice. "The prank war between the Xalvorians and the Quarnites has become more than just an annoyance. It's affecting our trade routes and causing disruptions in our diplomatic communications. Your reputation precedes you, Ambassador. We hope you can bring a resolution to this." "Leave it to me," I said with a confident smile, though inwardly I was wondering how on Earth, or any planet, for that matter, I was going to mediate a peace between two species known for their mischievous tendencies. As we walked through the bustling corridors of the station, I couldn't help but notice the remnants of various pranks. Slime trails on the walls, holographic graffiti depicting humorous caricatures of Xalvorians and Quarnites, and even a few startled-looking diplomats, dodging what appeared to be flying custard pies. "I see the effects of the pranks are quite visible," I remarked. "Yes," Xyler sighed. "The Xalvorians excel in technological pranks, hacking into systems to create chaos, while the Quarnites prefer more physical humor. It's been quite a challenge to keep the peace." We arrived at a large conference room where representatives from both sides were already seated, glaring at each other. The Xalvorian ambassador, a wiry figure with iridescent skin and eyes that constantly shifted colors, was engaged in a heated exchange with the Quarnite envoy, a stocky being covered in fur, with a perpetual grin on his face. "Ambassadors, welcome," I said, stepping into the room. "I am Ambassador Orion, and I am here to help resolve this prank war." The room fell silent as both parties turned their attention to me. The Xalvorian ambassador spoke first. "Ambassador Orion, these Quarnites have gone too far. Their antics are causing serious disruptions to our operations." "And you Xalvorians are no better," retorted the Quarnite envoy. "Your digital pranks have caused countless malfunctions in our systems. It's only fair we retaliate." "Enough," I said firmly, raising my hand. "It's clear that both sides have grievances. But if we are to find a solution, we must understand the nature of these pranks and the impact they are having on the station as a whole." I spent the next hour listening to both sides describe their pranks in excruciating detail. From holographic illusions that turned important documents into comedic cartoons, to elaborate traps that turned hallways into slippery obstacle courses. It was clear that both the Xalvorians and the Quarnites had an impressive arsenal of mischief at their disposal. Finally, I had an idea. "Ambassadors, it seems to me that the real issue here is not the pranks themselves, but the lack of mutual understanding and respect. I propose a solution, a prank competition." What?" the Xalvorian ambassador asked, bewildered. "A prank competition," I repeated. "Both sides will have the opportunity to showcase their best pranks, but with a twist. The pranks must be harmless, creative, and, most importantly, they must be designed to bring laughter and joy, not chaos and disruption. A panel of impartial judges will determine the winner." The room was silent for a moment, and then the Quarnite envoy burst out laughing. "A prank competition? Now that sounds like fun." The Xalvorian ambassador looked skeptical but intrigued. "And what do we gain from this competition?" Aside from the obvious bragging rights, I said with a smile, the winning side will receive a peace treaty that includes provisions for mutual respect and cooperation, ensuring that future pranks are conducted in a spirit of camaraderie rather than hostility. After some deliberation, both sides agreed to the proposal. The competition was set to take place in the main atrium of Zenith Station, and word quickly spread throughout the station, creating a buzz of excitement. The day of the competition arrived, and the atrium was packed with spectators from all corners of the galaxy. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation. The panel of judges, composed of representatives from various neutral species, took their seats. "Let the games begin," announced Captain Xalvor, serving as the master of ceremonies. The Xalvorians went first, presenting a series of intricate holographic illusions that transformed the atrium into a whimsical wonderland. Animated creatures danced and sang, interactive puzzles appeared out of thin air, and even the judges found themselves caught up in the playful spectacle. The crowd erupted in applause, and the Quarnites took the stage next. Their pranks were more physical in nature, but equally entertaining. They created a series of humorous scenarios involving whoopee cushions, disappearing ink, and harmless booby traps that had everyone laughing uncontrollably. As the competition progressed, it became clear that both sides had put their heart and soul into their pranks. The atmosphere of the atrium was filled with joy and laughter, a stark contrast to the tension and hostility that had pervaded the station just days before. Finally, the judges convened to discuss the performances. After much deliberation, Captain Xalvor stepped forward to announce the results. "Both the Xalvorians and the Quarnites have demonstrated remarkable creativity and humor," he said. "However, there can only be one winner. The judges have decided that the prize goes to the Quarnites." The Quarnite envoy jumped up in triumph, and the Xalvorians, though disappointed, graciously applauded their rivals. I stepped forward to present the peace treaty to both parties. "Congratulations to the Quarnites," I said, handing the treaty to the grinning envoy. "And to the Xalvorians, your performance was truly impressive. I hope this competition has shown that pranks can be a source of joy and unity rather than discord." The Xalvorian ambassador nodded. "Indeed, Ambassador Orion. This has been an enlightening experience. We shall strive to ensure that our pranks in the future are conducted in the spirit of goodwill." With the treaty signed and the competition concluded, the atmosphere of Zenith Station transformed. The prank war had ended, replaced by a newfound sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. As I prepared to leave Zenith Station, Captain Xalvor approached me. "Ambassador Orion, I must say, your idea was brilliant. You've managed to turn a potentially disastrous situation into a celebration of humor and creativity." "Thank you, Captain," I replied with a smile. "Sometimes, the best way to resolve a conflict is to find common ground, especially when that ground is covered in whoopee cushions and holographic pie." With a final wave, I boarded my ship, ready for my next adventure. As the stars stretched into streaks of light around me, I couldn't help but chuckle at the thought of the prank war that had turned into a galactic festival of fun. In the end, it wasn't just about resolving a conflict. It was about bringing people together through laughter and understanding. And that, I realized, was the greatest prank of all.